Welcome to the Canadian Business Quarterly podcast, where we speak with Canada's most influential industry leaders on the business and economic development issues taking place across the country. You can stay up to date with all of our content, including our publications, newsletters, and podcasts by visiting www.thecbq.ca and clicking on subscribe.
Shane Stirling is the Director of Business Development and co-owner of Epscan Industries. He holds Canadian Red Seal certification in 4 trades, is active in the development of skilled trades training locally, provincially, and federally, and he is a past director of the Industry Training Authority in British Columbia. He lives in Fort St. John, BC, with his wife and son, a serial entrepreneur, and is passionate about downhill skiing, personal growth, and developing people and businesses. Shane, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So for those who are unfamiliar with Epscan Industries, can you give us an overview of what you do as a business?
Yeah, Epscan's a contract service provider, and we provide a range of E&I services, some pumps. We do material supply and inventory outlet store. We've been doing it for about 40 years. And,
what are the key industries that you service?
Primarily natural gas, upstream natural gas, and the midstreaming, and then municipal services, potable and wastewater. And again, with that, pumping solutions, we provide chemical injection solutions and other pump-related things. And then the instrumentation electrical contractor piece also ties into some municipal and commercial construction.
So, those are the industries for people like myself who sit outside of that. Can you talk a little bit about the range of services you offer to these industries?
Yeah, for sure. So in the instrumentation and electrical, again, we're a service provider. So we do construction of greenfield projects and any additional expansions of things they want to do. Again, for the oil and gas side, that's building well sites, adding compressor stations into existing stations, and then from the municipality side, it's again building water plants and maintaining water plants and pumping for the pipelines require pumping stations as well. So a lot of that stuff there. We also have a communications division, which we provide both mobile radio communications and then also fiber optics, and then some automation, programming of programmable logic controllers and such. So
okay. And so how did you become involved with the company then?
Well, Epscan's actually a second-generation family business. My father started it in 1978, and then after worked as a kid after schools, cleaning trucks, cleaning the shop, sweeping the floors, and after I graduated high school, moved into the trades training program, and a couple decades later, here I am.
Fair enough. What do you guys see as your difference compared to other competitors who might be in the same space?
Well, being the family-owned business, we have a commitment to quality and customer service, and that customer service piece is we really promote as one of our key qualities, because someone calls us and they need us to go and pick up a part for them on a Sunday. We're going to go and do that and make sure that client's taken care of. Whereas if you're part of a larger organization, you don't quite have that personal level of care. We also do strongly promote the skilled trades training programs, both provincially and federally, to make sure that we've got that labor pool available for future.
Where do you see your growth moving forward?
We're branching out. Currently, we're looking at, we just opened a brand new branch in Grand Prairie over in Alberta. So we're kind of branching into Alberta and their markets there. We also are watching what's happening on the coast of British Columbia. We've got Canada LNG building an LNG plant, which is going to drive, growth through their pipeline corridor up through Prince George and this way. And then, there's also some longer view stuff with the oil pipelines. There's the Trans Mountain pipeline down to the coast, which is going to increase the oil production. And then, basically, looking like if things go in the right direction, we're just going to see an upswing in the energy industry in general, and grow with that swing.
Fair enough. I wanted to ask you about sort of the news and industry issues that are taking place at the moment. You already alluded to this in our earlier question about skilled tradespeople. What is the demand and why is that so difficult to find at the moment?
Well, it's a multifaceted issue. I mean, the first one being the fact that we have an aging population in skilled trades. We've got the baby boomers that are, have been slowly moving into retirement, and as different things happen within the world, that they've been extending their retirement, but that's coming. All that does is compound the issue that later on we're going to have a massive amount of people leaving the workforce, and we need to backfill those with skilled, trained individuals. And just looking at the demographics, we don't have the numbers in Canada to, even if all of the people that were coming out of high school moved into the trades training programs, we don't have enough to backfill that space and to backfill the growth. So somehow we need to develop this labor shortage. And it's just going to get, as industry gets busier and busier, the needs of energy, whether that's natural gas as a green incentive or alternative energies. There's a huge growth in solar and wind, and to see those energy industries go forward, somehow we're going to have to find new people.
We're starting to wrap up. Are there any business lessons that you've learned along the way that you might be interested in sharing with us?
The biggest one that we've learned recently, and we're still working our way through it, quite honestly, is we just did a big internal software upgrade, and we decided to go on our own and go out and find a software and then implement it. And we did not take the due diligence that we needed at the time to do that implementation and find the right people or the right partners to help us seamlessly do that transition. And it was a really painful, really bumpy ride. And so for anyone out there that's looking at bringing anything new or switching anything in their company, they should really look at finding a partner, an implementation partner that they can work with to make sure that A, they're getting what they want, and B, when they do that transition, the connections are made properly, because it's definitely a bumpy ride when you don't do that the right way.
Fair enough. Look, before we finish up today, Shane, is there anything else that you might like to add?
Not really. I mean, mostly just thanks for the opportunity to talk today, and this has been a really, really interesting experience.
Excellent. Well, look, thanks for your time and all the best.
All right, thank you.
This has been a production of the Canadian Business Quarterly, a division of Romulus Rising Proprietary Limited. All rights reserved. You can stay up to date with the Canadian Business Quarterly, including our publications, newsletters, and podcasts by visiting www.thecbq.ca and clicking on subscribe.